Yeah, also speaking about that with the humor, it is different humor, and I think nowadays you would have gotten a lot more physical humor. Like with the proposal, there was quite a bit of like physical comedy in that. Whereas in this, some of the comedy is just the dialogue. So you really have to listen to the movie because they can say funny lines really fast.
And just like the expressions on their faces, I feel like sometimes, like, the being told shut up would not have been as effective had, it not been like her reaction to that, like, I'm a gasp, like, I can't believe you told me to shut up. But also not being able to say that because in those times, like, women didn't do that. So it was always really interesting to me to see kind of how they play off of each other is one of the bigger things. What's funny? Through the whole movie, I started thinking of Anna and so the guy with the deer.
I
Um,
have not seen it, thankfully, so I cannot help you with that.
it's Kristoff and Anna, and they're a great little love story. No, they're not. I have so many mixed feelings about that too. But basically, in Frozen, there is two characters that fall in love with each other. Yes, I watch children's films, even though I have no children's. I have a bunch of cousin kids. None of them made me go. But either way, in Frozen, you have the whole, like, she has to find her sister, so she gets help from Kristoff, who then helps her find her sister, and they go on an adventure. And he's just talking about how silly and ridiculous it is that she has fallen in love with a guy that she met in one event, like at one ball. That's it. And she's like, I'm engaged. She's like, cool. How long have you known this dude? 3 hours? What? She's like, yeah. He's like, you should not be getting engaged to people who you've only known for a long period of time. I think at some time in the trip, he's like, look, you've known me longer than you've known your fiance. At like some point because they go on this journey. But so like their relationship kind of brought me back to this movie. Like every time I was seeing them, it made me like kind of funny. And I'm curious to see if there were inspired by this movie or types of movies like this because it was very similar in a very eerie kind of way. But also the whole like relationship between Anna and Christian is just talking about the silliness of like love at first sight and like jumping into a relationship you know nothing about and like you don't know the person, but because of all these like romantic movies you've just idolized this idea of like, oh, you meet someone you're super attracted to and then you're just gonna marry them, like that's it. There's no like finding out if you're compatible.